Right, plan for this video and for today is to get the engine in the chassis, and we're going to have a go at getting the engine going. But I've got to do a few jobs before we can do that. I've got to drop the oil out of the engine, turn the sump around, because the way the sump is, I might eat this puppy or something else. He thinks I'm going to feed him. The way the sump is right now, it will hit the front axle, so we've got to turn it around. And what else? Engine mounts. And what is your problem? Yeah, so we'll get stuck into it. I expect I'll do time lapse. You'd probably rather time lapse, wouldn't you? Rather than, so you can just see me do everything sped up, rather than me talking through it, you know, dropping the oil out and things like that. What is? Hey, come on. What's wrong? This is Bruno. He is 6 months old now. I've got one crazy 6-month-old spaniel, and then Eric is in the back of the truck. He's just turned 8, and he's nice and calm. I'm not sure if you can see him. Oi, boy. What do you reckon? He just likes watching. This one likes getting under my feet. Right, so as you just saw, I've taken the sump off. I've actually just put another ratchet strap around it as well. I need to invest in some lifting chains, really. Clean your lens. And I've put in some uprights, just so that in case the loader breaks, it's going to stop me from getting squished. So, yeah, I've got to take that oil pickup pipe off, and I've got a new one to go on there. So it will pick up from the back of the engine. Clean the sump gasket off, because I've got a new sump gasket, and then put the sump back on. So, yeah, but it's just going to take a little bit of time to get that gasket off. Right, so we've got the engine in, all lined up really well. Chuffed with that. I've just got to get a washer for that mount there, and then I can do that nut up. Same on the other side as well. Yeah, if you're wondering why I put these blocks of wood in here, it's because I haven't connected up the panhard rod yet, and I didn't want it to be moving side to side. So they're just in there to stop the... It might be right without them, to be honest. Yeah, next things I've got to do is... I'll probably put the turbo on, because otherwise, if I try and start it, the oil is going to pump out of here. That's the feed that goes to the turbo. I'm not sure if I can just put a blank in there, maybe. Yeah, put the turbo on. Better put some engine oil in it as well. That will be a good start. But I'm going to have to get a. I've got to get one of these. Make a hole in one of these and put a filler cap in it, so I can actually put some oil in it. This is the inlet manifold. I should probably put the pipe back on that, actually. Just because it's only a few bolts, just so that we can start it. So go that way, or that way. That faces backwards. The front pulley is quite close to the front cross member, but I can fit my finger in there, so that's good enough. It's not going to move too much. The engine's not going to wobble around. I am wondering if I might have to swap the front springs with the back springs. I ordered 2 heavy duty springs and 2 medium duty, and I want the heavy duty to go on the front, and I may have got them back to front because she's sitting pretty low on the front. So yeah, I might swap them and see if it sits any higher on the front. Right, I don't know if you can see me all the way down there. I'm going to put some oil in here, some engine oil in it. Just putting it through the rocket covers right now, because there's no filler cap. and then we'll see if we can get it going. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do is see if we can get some fuel coming out of these injector pipes. I've put the 24 volt starter motor back on it because I couldn't get the 12 volt one to work, so I need to look into that. What's going on here? Right, we'll undo these and then we'll turn the engine over. I've already bled the fuel line up to the fuel filter with the lift pump. Alright, we'll give it a go. You can see I've put a bolt in here to stop the engine oil coming out the filter housing. That's where the feed pipe goes to the turbo, but because I've turned the manifold upside down, the feed pipe on the turbo now won't reach there, so that's something I've got to get a new pipe for it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We can see if we can get some fuel out of these injector pipes. I'm just going to have to check my connections because... Right, we'll give it another go. I've just put another earth cable on because the connection wasn't that great. I've just been in charge to recharge the batteries as well because I think they were getting low, so we should be fine. I did get some fuel coming out of the injectors, so I've tightened up 4 out of 6. So yeah, right, let's see what happens. She should be flying now. She fired. She fired. Let me do that. She's gonna go, isn't she? It's exciting. She fired. Do you think it's gonna be loud? I've got a live going to so there's an electric fuel shaft on the injector pump. I've got a live going to that. So I want to switch it off, I just disconnect this live here, this cable going around to that. I don't know if I showed you, but I've got a bottle of I've got some diesel in a Lucozade bottle. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. It's already half empty already now, I've bled it up. I should probably refill that, but I'm only going to run it for a minute anyway. Just for a play really. I can't run it for long because it's not got any coolant. Right, here we go then. Let's see how loud this is going to be. I need to be able to control the throttle as well. Probably going to get a face full of smoke. Runs. She's leaking oil. Ah! We're leaking oil. Turn it off because we are leaking, by the looks of things, transmission fluid all over the floor as well. But it runs. I need to get something to tidy up that transmission fluid. That started well, didn't it? Once we got enough life coming from the batteries. Right, I'm going to run up to the other shed and grab a bucket and some granules to clean up that transmission fluid. Anyway, so at least we know it runs nicely now. I'm pretty chuffed with that. I still need to swap the front springs for the back ones to see if it bring it up a bit. I need to get a new seal for the gearbox because I'm pretty sure I damaged that. Putting the transfer box on, I thought I did, and that kind of confirmed that I did. The fact that all the oil's pouring out. So yeah, chuffed. Right, I'll catch you in a bit.